Over the years, SCOREGolf has showcased on this program some of Canada's most beautiful and breathtaking golf courses. We've taken you to Cape Breton Island and toured the wonderful courses, both old and new. We've traveled to PEI in New Brunswick to visit numerous world-class courses in Atlantic Canada. We've checked out the best of both private and public courses in southern Ontario, and we've headed out west to Alberta and BC to see the best the mountains have to offer. Today we're starting our adventures in Cranbrook, British Columbia, a scenic 3-hour drive from Calgary or a short flight from Vancouver. And over the last decade, Cranbrook has grown in size and sophistication, featuring unique restaurants such as the Hideout Restaurant and the Fisher Peak Brewing Company, both worthy of a stop on your golfing road trip. Cranbrook, known for its connection to rail travel, is the gateway to some phenomenal golf courses. And our first stop is Shadow Mountain. Opening in the summer of 2009, the architect team of Cook Carlton Design unveiled this masterpiece located just minutes outside of Cranbrook. A unique golfing experience, Shadow Mountain introduces 19 of the most breathtaking holes imaginable. The golfer begins his or her journey playing the opening par 5 through local pines, traversing across rolling mountainous terrain, and finishing with arguably the 4 most visually stunning holes in Canada. Standing 125 feet above the fairway, 2 of the 4 finishing holes leave you breathless and exhilarated all at the same time. With ample acreage to work with, the design team of Cook Carlton made sure each hole was unique in creativity, unsurpassed in playability with bent grass tees, fairways, and greens, in addition to strategically positioning each hole with views of the beautiful mountain peaks such as Fisher Peak, the Steeples, and the Purcell Mountain Range. With every hole surrounded by Mother Nature's finest work, it's easy to lose focus of your game. However, this is a course that will demand your full attention, as it's challenging for even the best of golfers. But that's what makes it such an intriguing course to play, as it asks golfers to bring their best game each and every time they tee it up at Shadow Mountain. While each of these images is stunning, there are a few holes that seem to stand out more than most.
Second hole is a great hole too, because again you see it from the highway, and I think we get a lot of traffic kind of interest and people wanting to come in, and it's one of our featured holes that we have along that area, and an excellent, again, shorter par 4, but two premium shots off the tee and then into the green to try to get par in that hole, and it kind of sets you off into a good start of the round.
The 5th is a long par 4 highlighted by a natural sand dune formation crossing the fairway at about the 280-yard mark, which means an accurate drive with your big stick is absolutely imperative if you're going to make par.
The 8th hole is a difficult par 3. The water doesn't come into play so much, but because it is all carry and anything short of that green will funnel down into a collection area. Again, from the tips, it's about 260 yards. Don't encourage that too many times, but for people who enjoy that challenge, it's just a post-stamp green in that area, and it's spectacular.
The 12th hole, known as Desert Dunes, appears to be a light-hitting par 3. That is, if you can avoid seeing and thinking about the large waste bunker that runs up the entire right side of the fairway to the green. Indeed, it's picturesque, but it's also a magnet for errant tee shots. Finally, the last few holes on the course are worthy of photos for your Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and just about every other social media app that you use. Teeing up from about 130 feet above the fairway, the 15th is known as the Drive. Why? Well, because you're expected to go all in, just grip it and rip it.
The beauty of that hole is spectacular, and everybody gets an appreciation that it looks like they hit a 400-yard drive as it's carrying out into the kind of wide open skies. Yeah, it's a spectacular hole.
The 17th, known as the Monster, is one of those holes that is marvelous to look at, but a true monster to play. The par 5 tee shot is about 100 yards above the fairway, which is surrounded by both water and trees.
We encourage people to bring their cameras and take pictures, and it's a spectacular hole. It is reachable in 2, but most people want to play it in 3, and actually one of my favorite shots is that 3rd shot into that green with the water coming out in front of the green. It's an incredible hole.
In 2013, the clubhouse went through significant changes that enhanced the views from the patio and heightened the experience for both members and guests of Shadow Mountain. Ultimately, Shadow Mountain is a gorgeous walk in the park, but demands well-placed shots in order to secure a solid score. The first stop on our Kootenay Rockies road trip is definitely bucket list material. Just up the road from Shadow Mountain is St. Eugene Golf Resort and Casino. Play all day and soak up the Kootenay Rockies sunshine, then hit the casino for a night of fun with your golf buddies.
You can book a beautiful room, you can golf, you can come to the casino, have some fun. It's a fair-sized casino. We have over 200 slot machines. We have table games. Go and do walks around the surroundings here. It's very secluded, it's very peaceful, quiet. It's absolutely fabulous.
Designed by acclaimed architect Les Verber, St. Eugene features spectacular views of the St. Mary River and the powerful Fisher Peak amidst the Rocky Mountains to the east.
There's 3 distinct environments here. We have links holes, we have forest, and we also have the river holes. What we found is also because the area is so special with the St. Mary River and the views to the Rockies to the east and the Purcells to the west, it has this unique environment here where our ownership, which is very unique ownership of First Nations, wanted us to emphasize the importance of protecting the environment and respecting the environment. We have over 100 different species of birds, and it's unbelievable the amount of wildlife that make this their sanctuary.
Golf at St. Eugene, and you'll experience what is considered course architect Les Verber's distinctive style. Beautiful white sand bunkers, huge undulating greens, and holes aligned with majestic peaks, with a course emphasis on shot value. On the course, one of the first things golfers notice is that each of the holes has been named in the Ktunaxa traditional language to help preserve the heritage of the bands that are located in the region. The layout is nicely designed, with many of the holes giving golfers a clear view of the mission building off in the distance. The 7th, Badger's Den, is a par 3 with a massive bunker located in front of the green. Anything short of the green will likely be swallowed up by it and will require a tough up and down to make par. The first view of St. Mary's River comes as you tee it up on the 8th, known as Spring Fawn. Once on the green, golfers are given their first close-up view of the wild BC Rapids. But it's the 9th hole, known as Cutthroat, whose fairway runs along the river, that gives you an up-close and personal view of the running rapids.
13 is a favorite of many people who play here because of the proximity to the river. It's the elevation drop, that stunning view. Normally people will take about 1 club less to play this hole. It's a downhill shot, which is about 180 to 200 yard carry. Spectacular. Les Verber, he was able to design a golf course that really has 3 styles of holes all in the one golf course. And we have several holes that are link style. We have woodlands where they're cut through the pines, and then more of a park setting for several holes, which is along the banks of the St. Mary's River, and very playable.
The finishing hole is the long and forgiving Kingfisher. With the largest fairway on the course awaiting your tee shot, it's easy to think that a birdie is in your future. But the large pond to your left and traps all the way up the right and in the middle of the fairway can quickly turn your dream of a birdie into a nightmare of a bogey. St. Eugene's unique barn clubhouse is a historical landmark and was one of the buildings in use when the mission was operated as a residential school.
The Kootenays are definitely a little more laid back than many other regions in Canada. We're proud of that. When you come here, the customer service is excellent, it's outstanding, but it's genuine. And what our visitors find is that it's very down to earth, very laid back, very sincere.
Ultimately, both St. Eugene and Shadow Mountain are 2 great courses that are unforgettable. The trip to the Kootenay Rockies is no longer just a winter wonderland for skiers. Instead, it's quickly becoming a golfing oasis for anybody who loves the game.